Bah. Well, that's what we got. We'll see how this goes. Guess it just kind of continues to show I'm going to have to do something soon. Will it survive this time? Yeah, since I switched over to the internal, I hope so. Unfortunately, now it just seems like it's focusing more on me than it is on any of this, but we'll see if this works out any better. Stay tuned to find out in the episode of Will Camera Shit the Bed. Yeah, exactly. Will Camera Shit the Bed. Ooh, am I supposed to drill holes? I'm supposed to drill holes. Where's that? Hold a second, guys. What the hell we got going on here? 1. Oh, yeah. Drill holes. 5 millimeter? 1.5? 1.5. Shouldn't this be part 3? Yeah, screw it. Part 2 was like, yeah, too short. It's like 2 minutes. The other part don't come. More of a 1.5. Yeah, we back, baby. Now we don't even know if you really are working on anything. I know. You can't really see shit. I know. It is what it is. This is just going to have to be until I figure out what's going on with that camera. Or just replace. Okay. So we are working on this. Let's get some drill bits. I need to make some holes. But hopefully we will be functioning. Oh, that's a big one right there. I don't even need that. Fuck that. 1.5 millimeter. I'm guessing this is going to be for some kind of hoses. Just talking and moving his hands says he's working. That's right. Spinning around. Down here, it's like it could be anything. I mean, well, you guys know I could be masturbating and you never know. Message retracted. Oh, okay. Oh, no. No. Oh, we know. Oh, we know. Drilling. George be joking. Jorkin? While building. That's right. Oh, we know. He jorkin. Ooh, let's turn that over so I don't drill into my finger. That could be bad. Don't ask. Exactly. You don't need to know that much. Just trying to make sure I don't drill into my finger. That could suck. Because, hey, there's a lot of material. Questions you don't want answers to. Exactly. Ignorance is bliss quite often, right? At least he puts the lotion off camera. Exactly. All right. So all interesting commentary aside, how does this camera look so far? One of the things I'm going to try to do, let's try something here. I may relocate the laptop a little further inboard next time. Let's see how well we zoom in. It seems like this actually might zoom in a little bit better. Huh? Who knows? Maybe we'll just stick with the stock camera. Okay, we got that drilled. I can see the post reflection after his streams. I love these guys, but what the fuck? We can see parts much better. Huh? Go figure. So we just might stick with the internal camera and just say fuck it. Might just say fuck it. Yeah. I love when these things don't come together well. Give me a second, guys. Lovely. So trying to get a polycap into a square hole, it didn't want to go. Just not the bench or what you're working on. I was out at lunch yesterday and ran into the King of Maine. Who is the King of Maine? All right. One last, I think is it a polycap? No, it's an actual part, D17. Let's get that part on here. And then once that's done, we will do a little show and tell. It's kind of wild. Okay. How those protests were to keep kings out. Yeah, no, really. I suppose he's awesome. Who are we talking about? Who was the King of Maine? I mean, if I were up there, I would say it was probably me. Okay. There we go. And insert peg into hole. I know you want to see that, right? Madre de Dios. Mr. Champions Donuts and Cheap Beer. Look up the song I'm Awesome by Suppose. I'd pay to see that. I'd pay to see. Would you? Let your imaginations run wild. There we go. Wow. Don't want to fit. It's okay. If it don't want to fit, we can make it fit. Right off camera to you. Tease. I'm teasing. I'm teasing. What's he doing down there? Come on, you fucking piece of shit. There it goes. Fuck me. That was fun. In a not kind of fun way. 1, 2. Oh, Lord almighty. You kidding me? These parts just, it's the first time I've actually had an issue with just trying to get these parts to actually work. It's crazy. All right. Good morning. Good morning, Tom. How are you? He's missing something. I haven't laughed this hard in a while. Good to be back. Charles, isn't it though? This is what we do for you. We amuse you to death. Oh, God. Yeah. Read into that however you want. There we go. All right. Except you can see what the fuck, really? Still used to going over here to show. Actually, see in there, that's a lot of joint you can see right at the top there. Not happy about that. Got an F4 Wildcat yesterday. Did you? And he's done. Oh, just feel like I now need to have a cigarette. Build is nice. Made by Academy. The box art is nice too. Yeah. Academy's been making some really good shit. Like really good shit. Later, fellas. Time to get things done. Nick, have a good one, brother. Thanks for putting up with today's craziness. Have fun with your wife. Enjoy the time alone. And I will catch you tomorrow. All right, brother. Later, Nick. Later, Chris. Chris. Nick didn't even stay long enough to see what I picked up. Chuck. Gotta jab him every now and then. Yeah, you're right, you do. All right. We got that part taken care of. Let's do a quick little bit of show and tell, shall we? So fucking camera. Two things. First of all, I think I showed you guys this. This is the kit that was given to me by Dwayne. Entry grade. Might just snap this up in the next few days just to see how it comes together. I'm actually kind of curious what the difference is between the Expo and the standard version. I don't know. We'll see. Fine, I stay. How long do I have to wait? It's coming right now. Wildcat and the Thunderbolt 2 on the table in the same scale. Nice. And the size difference is insane. Oh, I'm sure. Dude, yeah, they're totally different things. So this is Meng's new introduction, latest introduction. This is the T-72 tank. What's interesting is you can actually see the box. Dude, guys, this thing came crushed. I've actually unflattened this box. So normally getting something from AliExpress is never a problem. This things show up in great shape. I'll open it up and kind of go through some of the stuff. And the sides are insane. And the jokes continue to write themselves. I know, don't they? But this thing came like crushed. I'm like, oh shit, this thing is probably going to need to be replaced. But I will say, Meng's box construction is terrific. And real quickly, I'm just going to do this. The level of detail, once again, this is why I love these guys so much. That level of detail is really, really impressive. you know. And the one nice thing about these models too is um, they're relatively well, they were relatively inexpensive. You know, you're spending somewhere between 20 and 25 bucks for one of these things, you know, shipping included, everything included, you know, from the time you ordered to the time it showed up. In fact, I don't know what happened, but I pre-ordered the next model in the series, which is the tracked howitzer, the German tracked howitzer, and shipping sometime August, September timeframe. What's interesting about that model, it was like $22 on AliExpress, and they had like a $4 coupon, so it was going to bring it down to 17 bucks. And when I went to check out, it cost me less than 10 bucks. It was like $9 and change. Now, hasn't shown up yet. So until it does, it ain't a fait accompli. It ain't a done deal, but for that amount of money, it's you know, it's if it shows up and it's like the rest of these Meng models, it's a screaming deal. Those vents on the other kit would have been trash. Yeah. You've gone the tanker, wait until the tariffs hit. Yeah, we're in the well, yeah. Or maybe not hit, but just continue to change. There's Tom, by the way, and I've mentioned this before. Let's see, do I want to turn it this way? I'm gonna turn it a little this way to get that light out of the way. The tariffs have hit because there's a lot of stuff that isn't available, and a lot of, like I was mentioning yesterday about the A10 Warthog. The Great Wall Warthog, I think at one point was like 35 bucks in 1/72nd scale. It's now somewhere between 55 and 60. So they have hit. Not all places, but in many places. All right. Let's continue with the arm, shall we? Actually, we'll move on to the hand. I'm assuming I build the left hand and I build the right hand. It's almost like giving me a middle finger. What the fuck? Oh, I see. Oh, you build two versions of the hand. Oh, that's interesting. You can build one with the fingers open or build one with the fingers curled. Crazy. You've gone the tanker up. I got to tell you, 1/72nd scale armor, Tom, is great. I love that scale. And these Meng kits have been fantastic. As soon as I'm done with the Melusine and snapping together which one am I working on upstairs? I think it's one of the GM Space Commands or whatever they call it from 0080. Once I'm done with that, I will likely get back to working on a 1/72nd scale tank. Okay, we're going to build both of these. Because you have an option to do both hands. With the ease of the Wildcat construction, I might finish it. Really? And are you going to finish it in time for PatCon? Someone to do a post-apocalypse with a Russian tank. Yeah. If you can get your hands on them, the recommendation for a good post-apocalypse tank, I mean, the one that I personally like, if you can find the Object 279, that would be the one to do. Because that is a tank that was designed for the apocalypse. I'm trying to think if they ever actually released that tank. I don't know that they ever did. It may be a paper tank only. No, they actually did. They made a few of those. That's the one that looks, it's got a completely round top almost, and it's got 4 sets of tracks. Got to look that up. You said it's actually called the Object 279. Yeah, take a look at that one, Charles. It's a whacked tank. Came out it was designed in the late 50s as a tank that was meant to survive uh, nuclear attack. Okay, D24. We're gonna do both of these. This is probably gonna take the majority of today. 22, 23. Oops. Hello. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, I told you. That's a crazy ass tank, isn't it? They built 3. Yeah, they were ridiculously heavy. And I would like to get the 1/72nd scale version. I do have the 1/35th scale. They actually include in them, in the kit, sort of a figure or two, if I'm correct, of guys in their like ABC suits. It's pretty cool. I'll have to find a kit now. Grab a bunch of smoke canisters at the fireworks store. Got that post 4th sale yesterday. Nice. He's setting off some explosives. Back online. Yeah, actually, yeah, it looks like my camera failed because I tried it a second time, Richie, and it didn't go through. So we are back using the camera built into the laptop. Seems to be fine. It's just too much of me. That's the only problem. But it seems to be working well. Damn thing looks like the top half of a turtle shell. Yeah. Little smoke bombs and crackle fireworks are good for photography. Yeah. That is quite true. I've seen quite a few photographers do that kind of stuff. Well put, Ray. One. Oh, yeah. Did I get these things? Yeah, I did. Don't seem to be a whole lot of options for that model on 1/72nd scale. Yeah. Takom did make a 1/72nd scale version. That is, I think it might be out of print now. So if you can find one at a good price, get it. I've got the 1/35th scale. So, yeah. Other than that, with a Gundam kit, wrapped it in some black cats. Ugh. And what happened to that Gundam kit afterward? Do tell. I really was hoping. I'm still optimistic I can get this model done today. I might stay on longer today to get this thing done. We'll see. This thing is coming off the bench. The only thing is I haven't found an additional Gundam heads for the freebie Gundam. I'm sorry, Zaku heads. It survived, kinda. It survived in multiple pieces. I don't have pictures because I scrapped that idea. Nice. Oh, kind of bumming. Today's like the last day of vacation, I guess, right? Then it's back to the gulag tomorrow. Oh. It's not like I don't need to make money. T34 is my most likely choice, though. Yeah, T34, good choice. I like that sort of that older look because it kind of gives those models that flavor of a like a World War II, post World War II nuclear Holocaust feel. Back to hell for me. Yeah. Yeah. Richie, you were off for a few days too, weren't you? At least you're not driving today. At least I'm not driving. That is true. Nope. I'm kind of done with long distance driving for a short while. My wife is driving back to Maine tonight, though, which kind of sucks, but tanks aren't as interesting to me as planes. Yeah, that's fine. The good thing about scale modeling is there's an ass for every seat. I still like to pick up I've got the Draken in 1/72nd scale. I'd still like to pick one up in 1/48. And also, I'd like to pick up a 1/72nd scale Vigan. In fact, Special Hobbies, what they call it, shite. Sprue Brothers has a sale this weekend, 20% off. The only thing is the discount. It's okay. So instead of paying $30, you're paying $24, but it costs you $10 to ship it. So yeah, I don't want to spend that kind of money right now. A Russian stalker vibe. Yeah, that's the idea. If the world did go nuclear, yep, that's always those are always good looking things. Planning to have a collection of U.S. Navy World War II planes. Good for you, Tom. You should. 4 days and a half vacation, and then back to hell. Wave when we pass. Hi, George. Bye, George. I have the Corsair now and the Wildcat. Off to chores later, Space Noise. Joe, have a good one, brother. Good having you on this morning. Always, always, always a pleasure. Kevin is up to 30% off. Yeah, they could have 30% off, but if it's 30% off of nothing I'm interested in. But if there's something there that is cool, so you get the Hellcat, Bearcat, TBF, and SBD. Oh, we got approved for another build event. Oh, nice. July 26th. Wow, that's right around the corner. Cool. Right around the corner. Already have these stalkers, just need the tank and a building or like a fallen power line. Dude, given what you did on the on your Warhammer motorcycle thing that you gave me, dude, you can easily make the power line stuff. You made a fence. Charles, I've got confidence in your abilities. 100%. Muddy battlefield, yeah. Off that attitude, young. I'll take 100% off that attitude, young man. Gonna make a creek or a pond as well. Yeah, nice. One of the Charles, you're bringing up something very interesting. One of the things I enjoy very much about this hobby is when you start, it's ideating, it's coming up with ideas for the next build. In fact, I actually pulled out a model yesterday from the stash, the backlog. For when the time comes that I want to do my my resin pour. There's I want to do a Zaku Mariner being attacked by a whole host of like these. When I saw these things, I've always wanted to do something. Just all these little clam shells, right? These little shells that I picked up at the beach, different sizes. Just having it like just having a bunch of them attack the Zaku, and doing that in a resin pour. That's the goal. We'll see. It's not a fast project. It's not a project that I'm looking to get started on immediately because I got a lot of stuff I want to get off the plate before I start that one. Hey, Red, good evening. Greg, oh, how's your daughter's post dance? Wasn't around the past few days. She did extremely well. We're glad to be done with the studio because the studio sucks ass. That was a long story. You can listen into Friday's stream if you'd like. I just don't want to belabor it, but let's put it this way. I'm just glad it's all behind us now. But she did extremely well. She's very happy with her results too, so that's good. Very, very happy with her results. Hello, happy Sunday, by the way, and to you, Red, and to you. I have too many ideas that I have to write them in a book. Yeah. Should we start a GoFundMe for your epoxy? Possibly. I don't know. I'm looking forward to trying out, doing water. Like pouring resin. There's a German model maker by the name of, I think he went by German Gunpla Dude. Today is yet another boring day. Make it something better. Do something, Red. Have fun. Go out there. Seize the day. Carpe diem. Let's see. I wish they would make the Thunderbolt Act guy. Yeah, that would be a phenomenal model, wouldn't it? That would be a sick addition as well as having it all out of water. Oh, God, yeah. Oh, said the magic word. It's about to go crazy now. Just go for the long drive if you're bored. Time to do a long type. Or something. I never mind. Misclick. Okay, let's get this hand put together. I will say that is a good looking hand. That's a mighty fine looking hand. Oops. Yeah. See. Yeah. Hi, friends. A little bit of stuff that needs to get fixed on inside of it, but the detail on that is really good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 parts for the hand. Never mind, Miss Clegg. Don't kids have bikes anymore or just copy pasta? That's a lot of misclicks. I know bikes, man. I gotta tell you. I used to have a car, but now I don't because my mom sold it for school money like it was years ago. Hold it. Hold it. You got a car? I have a motorcycle though. I thought you were 9. Been very good on the model purchasing. Only picked up 12 kits for the year so far. That's actually a good number. Do a bike though. There you go. Go biking. All right, let's build the other hand. The more closed hand, the one that's got the fingers more wrapping around, which will be something that'll probably wrap around the Panzerfaust. My kids finally got off of training wheels. Really? It's only when I wasn't born. Got it. Well, as long as there's a motorcycle, a method of transportation, that's all that matters. is dusty, which I do sneeze a lot. Well, dust can always get dusted off, cleaned off, and then it's ready to go. Yeah, I advocate for bicycles, obviously. In fact, my shirt is kind of telling of it. This is an old work shirt from back in the day. My Shimano XTR shirt. Son of a sneeze, son of a chew. Exactly. I'll make some videos tomorrow or something. There you go. Make something. Do something. The funny part about it is that, I'm one of those guys. I don't like being bored. Do not. I will find something to do. I cannot just sit around and do nothing. There's very little that pisses me off more. So I will find something to do. In fact, it's interesting. I would rather do work than be bored. Whether that's yard work, house cleaning, whatever. Just something. It's like, I just can't stand still. I think I should get bifocals. Bless you. Okay, get yourself some bifocals. Or is your eyesight kind of in that place, Tom? Basically toy videos or something. Yeah, make something. Do something. Stop motion, but it's not. I'm the same way. Yeah. I don't like sitting around doing nothing. And especially when it comes to like work stuff, if I can multitask or something, even better. This is like I was saying about last night. Am I a big fan of doing laundry? It's not my favorite task. But given the amount of time it takes, it's like a good time to catch up on music or movies or TV shows or whatever. By the way, I forgot to mention yesterday, first time I actually listened to Husker Du's Zen Arcade from beginning to end. Holy shit, what an album. It was 2 years ago. Optometrist confirmed it too. But you don't need bifocals. It's just that you might have you might be both myopic and what's the opposite of myopic? There are two things I can't stand in the world: people who don't tolerate other people because of their cultural differences, and the Dutch. I love that, right? And the Dutch. Fuck the Dutch. Yeah, that was I was heading towards the rail trail to go just do a nice, it's about an hour walk, just an hour up and down, up and back on the trail. Perfect. Great weather yesterday. It was just refreshing. Driving over there, I was listening to the album. That is not a small album either. It's not a short album. Damn Dutch. I can't do reading details or standing up close unless I take my glasses. Oh, I do that all the time. That's why my glasses are off. I think most people are probably used to seeing me without glasses on the live stream, but for the most part, I'm wearing glasses when I'm like driving or whatever. I'm getting to the point. Just but it's also like, unless I'm trying to get really close. Yeah, I don't want to do bifocals. It's the one thing. It's like, I know my wife had ones with what they call progressive, and she's like, yeah, this sucks. Told her the video that I'm going to make is about Thomas the Tank Engine having some adventures or going somewhere or people stopping by to talk to him. That sounds like fun. Shave your head as you have a place for your glasses. Problem solved. Exactly. 14. Yeah, I think we are going to get this thing done today. I mean, it's not a ton left on it at this point. But I am curious as to why I needed to drill out an arm. Oh, for the shield. That's why. I forgot to put the shield on. Ah, fuck. Okay. I drilled out an arm. I'm like, so what the hell am I doing with those holes? I'll be voicing Thomas, which means voice reveal. Nice. Some of the characters I will voice also. Sweet. Now that sounds like a good idea. It's already shaved. Reverse mohawk just, I know. Reverse mohawks, bad idea. Next thing we'll be talking about is mullets. Yuck. Finger number 2. So as we are now into July, I guess I'm going to be doing my annual reaching out. Sorry guys, give me a second here. Give me a second. Oops, screwed something up here. Let's see if I can get this thing cleaned up real quickly. I don't want to take these fingers apart, but I need to just get rid of a bit of a mold line. Let's go around the rails or go off the tracks. Nice. Oh no, that would be all the news. Due to the economy, mullets will now also be business in the back. Also need to get some lead weights to put in the in Thunderbolt. I'm sporting a tiny faux hawk. I'm sorry to hear that. Faux hawk, really. Go to a sporting goods shop and just pick up lead weights. Those are easy to pick up. Little lead things for fishing lines, easy enough. Lead shot. Or you can go to the shotgun section. So do they actually shoot lead? I don't know. D12. But give me a second here, guys. Sorry. I'm losing my train of thought here a little bit. Let me get this thing. Anyways, my battery is running low, so goodbye. I already read. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Enjoy the rest of your evening. I do like the way this looks. I will grant you that. Anyway, God, give me a second here, guys. Okay. All right. So, bye, Red. So I'm going to be reaching out to Mike Rinaldi. This will be what? We're now into beginning of year 4. It's my 3rd time reaching out and saying, hey, Mike, just checking to see if I'm ever going to see these books that I ordered 3 years ago. Let me know. I'm not sure if he's folded. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen a video from him posted in a while. So, last year when we were in Pennsylvania at one point in Philly, my wife and daughter were doing some shopping in this little shopping area. And I sat down at a chair and just like, you know what? I haven't heard from Mike in a while. Let me reach out to him. Yep, still on track. I'm just waiting for the next run. It's like, dude, it's been fucking 3 years. It's flying one of my slow flyer RC planes. Lots of lights, and they remain started flashing their lights at me. Woo, cool. It is his, hi, George. Falling asleep, and I'm messaging this as I'm out. Charles, get yourself some sleep, brother. And AJ, what's going on, brother? Welcome. Good seeing you. What's going on, my man? He's grumpy this morning. What? Come on. Grumpy. Unacceptable. AJ, dump the grumps. $3 years for books. Yeah, send me my money back. Thanks. Yeah, exactly. Look, and I understood that he had, some problems with his printer and everything like that. Like he got screwed. I get it. But at some point, it's like, look, just take ownership. It's like, you know what? This isn't going to happen. It's one of the things that, I talk about at work quite often. At some point, when somebody says, yeah, we're going to do this. Okay, dates, make it quantifiable, right? So let's talk about when we're going to do it, get a time frame going, put together a schedule, that kind of thing. So, be realistic. Yes, okay, so that'll be the next question. When are we going to see this? I'm not looking to be a jerk about it, but I am kind of curious. When are we going to see this? It's now been 3 years. If the answer is it's not, be honest with me. I'm okay with it. Refund my money and things will be fine. You made the interest. You've probably more than made enough money off the interest that I've sent you, from the money I sent you. So that's fine. You made your dough. Let's go. Finally taking my advice and taking it real slow on building. Yeah. Yeah. Don't rush into building stuff. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm a head out. I'm exhausted. Take it easy. Charles, have a good one, brother. Always good to see you. Dude, 2 days in a row. Let's see if we can make it 3. Have a lovely rest of your Sunday. Maybe he is trying to recoup the money to be able to print, lost it with the print. It's possible. It is possible. But one of the things that, you have to, and I think everybody would agree, you have to at least stay in contact and communication with people. If you owe them something and you're not saying anything, again, that's where, people start to speculate what the hell's going on. So, all right. We've got 2 hands done. And I think we're going to build the Sturmfaust now and have it holding that. And then I'll work on the other arm. This model's getting done today. That's true. People need to stay. That's all. All it has to be, it's like with any of this stuff, it just has to be just stay in contact with people. Let them know what the story is, Like I said, if you're being honest with me, I'm okay with it. Look, I'm not in a rush. It's not like, oh my God, if I don't get these books, I'm going to die. It's not the point. The point is just be honest with me. If it's going to take some time, it's going to take some time. If you're telling me that it's now in 3 years, it's going to take longer. Okay, now you can tell me when should I expect to see it, and if not, how am I going to get reimbursed? So just keep me in the loop. You will see it by this date. Great. I'm holding you to that. Is that a fair statement? So we'll see. Yeah, those little toolboxes at Lowe's again. Great for airbrushes or chisel sets. Really? Maybe he's being held captive by his number one fan. Who's that? Is that you? What's going on, Ken? Nice of you to just pop in and hide. Okay. It's doing pretty good. Morning, by the way. Morning. Screw that. He's not at George's house. I think her name was Annie Wilkes. Who are we talking about? Sorry. Annie Wilkes. There we go. Sorry, keep wanting to go to where the camera was before. There we go. Get massive seam line. That'll get fixed later. In fact, again, this is part I keep saying about look like that gap that's there. That's purely being caused by undergating. Yes. In case you haven't heard it enough times from me, I hate undergating. You too. Nope, that's the part. It's part you too. One of these days, I'm going to actually figure out what the hell is slide molding. How is that different from traditional molding? To do some research. Misery reference. True with the hammer. I'm very good with a hammer. Wasn't that Margaret Thatcher? Could have been. You can make tubes with no seam lines. Okay. I'll have to look it up later. So how's it done? Okay, it's done. How's it done? How do you do it? U5. This is part of the Gustav. Well, at least I know now I won't ever have to pick up a Gustav. Between injection molding and slide molding is it's electric boogie woogie. Okay. I'll buy that. Electric boogie woogie. That was close. You can feel it. Okay. And U7. And then dance molding, overslide mold, chicken dance molding. Yeah, I do too. No idea what that is, but sure. On the way home, we'll sing. We're the kids of Billerica. I love it. It's making some interesting little sounds. So Ray is coming back from Maine today by the sound of things. Ken will probably be at the intersection today. I'm assuming. Yard work and then maybe the intersection. Richie, what's on your agenda for today? You hanging out with the boys, or are you going to be just staying at home and working on some ideas, some modeling ideas? And then Tom sounds like he's working on a plane. The plane. To roll out the barrels. Yeah, intersection. Nice. Okay. That's about as simple a weapon as you can ask for. It just don't get no simpler than that. Working on ideas now. I'll see most of the boys on the 26th. No anime NYC this year, but most likely NYCC in October. So there is no anime NYC, or you folks are not going to anime NYC? And New York Comic Con in October? That's kind of cool. Just gluing that together. It's a little too loose. Too loose. Okay. It'd be nice if this hand closed just around it a little bit more. We're not going to anime. I got it. Try to diversify and add windshield washing at the intersection. How did that pan out? Pan. We need. My head went right to Suicide Kings when the guy tries to wash Dennis Leary's windshield. God, I haven't seen that in ages. It's wrapped around the handle. Oh, God, I hate that. That doesn't look all that good. I'd rather have wrapped around the actual tube, though there is something phallic about that. All right, let me add this one part that keeps falling off, and then we'll put the arm on. Of course, it might help if this thing were able to hold this thing. Fuck you. There it goes. That's the one. How much did you spend on those shoes? You got a Benz, and all I got is a busket. Nice. That's where we stand right now. This little flappy flap in the front there is kind of weak. All right. How much time? Gonna be probably spend the next 10 minutes, 15 minutes, and then we're going to call it a session, I think. And I'll wrap up this thing. I was hoping to do it, but it sounds like people are starting to wake up. So I'll probably go hang with the family for a little while. Oh, damn. So we'll get this kind of wrapped up. Do that. I think I know why a lot of modelers like kits that's pre-Cold War, much smaller to deal with sanding. I suppose biplanes are twice as many wings to build, though, and everyone's favorite rigging. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. That's why I don't build biplanes. Thank you, but no thank you. Wicked tiny, lots of rigging. Pass. PC 12. Pass. I think I'm supposed to drill another hole. Eight. Yeah, pass on the rigging. No thanks. Hey, I get it. Everybody's got their deal. That ain't mine. Can't deal with rigging. Cannot deal with rigging. D1 and 2. I think I'm going to have to drill some shit here. I just shot myself in the chin. MSA, what's your biggest regret? My biggest regret? I don't know that I can answer that. Cat is playing with a toy mouse. She managed to throw it over the back of my chair into my lap. I'm both startled and impressed. I'm impressed. I don't know. Biggest regret? I don't have a whole lot of regrets, honestly speaking, because what are they going to get you? You know, you make mistakes, you figure your way through them. Figure your way through them. Because every mistake that's made, right, leads you to some part of your life. Like if I finished my degree in 4 years, as an example, I likely would not have met my wife. I wouldn't have my family now, and that is something I can't tolerate. I can't imagine my life without him. Oops. So I don't think I have any. Yeah. Maybe not starting back in the hobby until much later. What's that? That's got to be a 1.5, is it? Hole. Yeah, I know what it is. Okay, I guess we'll just have to carve it out, knife it out. Is not finishing the Era Comet. Biggest regret. That's true. That Era Comet. Yeah. 100%. There we go. I'm going to put these parts together. I'm just going to, can I do that? No. That is interesting. Why are you doing that to me? Why are you doing that to me? Filing. Baby round file. Right there. Baby flat file. Put that away. Taking me a few years. A few hours combined to get the seam line of the Thunderbolt. It's not gonna take 1 hour to get the seam line out of the Wildcat. I'll finish. I know you will. Regrets. What's that? Can someone explain? Exactly. Regrets? No regrets. Can't have regrets. I know that sounds like hubris, but the answer is there are none. You know, any change in your life is going to change something else. You know? So, yeah, no regrets. It's an odd question to ask. Let's see. When did you start balding the most? Like after 34? Because I'm barely 18 and my hair is kind of destroyed right now. I started losing my hair. When was it? Oh God, must have been my senior year of college. So 88. And it started getting to the point where it was really bad by 93, which is when I decided then, zip, it's all gone. Took it all off. Yeah, my hair is kind of destroyed right now. It happens. You know, again, I know that it's, you know, depending on, you know, there's still, I still don't understand the whole concept of everybody getting all wigged out about, oh my God, I have hair loss. Yeah, that happens. It's kind of part of life. I never felt like, you know, people have always asked me, it's like, do you ever miss hair? No. It's a lot easier to clean this. Do I really care much about hair loss? No, not one bit. Not one bit. It's not important. More important things in life than hair loss. I mean, I knew somebody in high school who was losing his hair at a very early age. You know, he went bald by the time he was graduating high school. You know, in the end, it is what it is. Regrets of be a man. I agree, 100%. I started losing at 25, shaved my head at 26. Exactly, Rich. That's exactly the point. It's like it doesn't matter. Did it affect you in any kind of way? Yeah, the only thing that affected was my mother. So I shaved my head, and she was startled. In fact, when she was sort of surprised. She goes, "Just let it grow." It's like, Mom, there's nothing there. She was married to a man who was bald, right? And it's not like he was growing hair, right? So she would just say, "Just let it grow," and then just it's like, "You want me to do a comb over?" No, absolutely not. So from 93 on, no regrets. Don't miss it. Don't care. Not in the least. Don't care. More important things, like I said, in life than a bald head. All right. I'm assuming I'm going to have some extra parts here by the looks of things. I'm assuming. D5. Yeah. and wanted to kill me. My mother didn't want to kill me, but she was like, just let it grow. Let it grow. Just let it grow. Don't, why? And for years, I mean, like literally until right before she passed away, she would see me with I slicked it back and kind of shaved all this rest of the stuff off, which I've let it grow a little too long right now. And she would ask, it's like, you shaved your head again? Yeah, Mom. Why are you surprised? Funny shit. Funny shit. That's kind of wild. I'm assuming I'm going to have extra parts on this thing. I'm assuming. Why? Because there are extra parts on the runner. But it doesn't say. It's funny. She wanted to kill you. Did you blame her and her genes? Mom, the reason why I'm bald, it ain't because I said, hey, I want to be bald. I'm bald because of genes. Genes have more to do with you than with me. Hello. Come on. Kidding me, right? Okay. All else fails. Lore. Hey, Clint. Good morning. How are you? How you feeling, brother? How was your Saturday? Yes, her father, my grandfather, was bald by the age. Right, exactly. Speaking of Gramps, exactly. That's why it doesn't matter. I keep getting all these ads when I'm on YouTube for things like Hims and hair growth. It's like, I'm not looking. I'm not. I don't understand why you think I need this. I know a few people who had good results with minoxidil. Great. Rested. I did less than expected, and I'm okay with it. Yeah, rest is good. Rest is good. Yeah, I did less as well, yard work wise. I was planning on doing a little bit more yard work yesterday, and I didn't. And I'm fine with it. I'm going to probably just trim a tree out front, and that's about it today. This runner looks like it is DED dead as well. DED dead. I think. We'll pull this one. What's that runner? If you were able to return to one thing that you've lost, what would that be? I have no idea. Return to one thing that I've lost? Yeah, got nothing. I'm gonna say you're asking some interesting questions. May I ask? Are you going? Is this like just general questions? Are you sort of going through a lot of these kinds of metaphysical things yourself, and just kind of curious as to what others are going through? Let's put this away. Let's get this guy back out. Do you bring your lunch to work or do you walk? Your parents, your youth, anything like that. It could be parents. Before I answer, I guess the question is, may I ask again the point of the questions? Of course. Loss of parents, loss of friends. Yeah, of course, all that matters. I think the concept of just the one doesn't make a lot of sense. Like, what is the one regret? There's more than, or what have you, or, what loss? It's like, I don't know. Can't really answer. I know it sounds like I'm avoiding the question, which I guess maybe in some ways I am, but can't really answer. But I'm curious as to the reason for the questions. And again, but forgive me for saying this. It's like I'm not. MSA. It's like I think I might have had you popping in a few times. I just I don't require. I don't recall having much conversation. These questions are kind of like really interesting. They're good questions. Just kind of curious as to where they're coming from. You didn't do shit digs. Yeah, that's a good thing. They say outside of a dog is a man's best friend. Inside a dog, it's too dark to read. Nice. Nah, I displayed some of my expensive figures and took naps. Nice. I'm on vacay, so it was productive. It sounds like an AI bomb. It could very well be. Trying to shape how my thinking is. It's possible. Trying to create some kind of an algorithm. But we'll see. Maybe not. But it's always good to ask what's the point of the question? So, Clinton, you said you set up a bunch of your figures yesterday. Nice. Got them all set up in a DTOLF. Damn Skynet. Gonna have to add a captcha. A captcha? Yeah, exactly. Here. I genuinely do not care. Genuine. Okay, let's see what we got here. So we got this part like this, going like that. I'm just curious. It's okay. Yeah, good questions. Like I said, don't really have good answers because, like I said, it's not about not having regrets or, or what was the previous question? You know, you're able to return to one thing. Yeah, it's nothing really. You know, every there is no part of my life that I feel like hasn't led to something that I've enjoyed. And if you take that one thing, you change that one thing, it just changes a whole host of other things. I'm not looking to do that. Look all the squares of sandpaper. Elbowy piece. I need an elbowy piece. PC5. Yeah, there's gonna be some extras on here. Oof, that was a hungry grumble. That were a hungry grumble. No holes to be drilled here. Nope. Shisa. That. There it is. Parts falling. Love it in a not loving kind of way. Okay, take that out. Let's open these things up. Bang. Bang. There we go. There we go. That's a cool looking arm. Not gonna lie. That is a cool looking arm. D6. Yeah, there's gonna be some extra parts left on here. It's kind of crazy. All right. MSA, I appreciate the questions. Yeah, describe life in one word. Why one word? I mean, it reminds me of oh shit, the Adams books, boobs. That's a good one. I'll buy that one. The question reminds me of Douglas Adams, Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It's like when Earth gets blown up, and so how do we distill everything that happened with Earth? What was the final result? It's like what's the the one word, harmless, that described all of humanity. And then okay, we added a second word, mostly harmless. Well, that's what I'm getting at. It's like, how describe it in one word. No, describe something like that in just one word. No. Okay, we're almost done with this arm, and then once this arm is done, this guy is kind of wrapped up. A little floppy there, but okay. So long, and thanks for all the fish. Morning, peeps. Tony, what's going on, brother? Welcome. What is happening? It looks like they must have had some extras here for whatever. Extra hoses. These are good hoses. I'm going to keep those for the future for sure. For sure. What's popping? Gonna send the P35? Tom, the answer is yes. When? I don't know. Maybe I'll just hand it to you when we see each other at PatCon. That would be a convenient way of making sure that you come up here. Tony, what's going on in your world? We'll have to get it done and sent back to you. Oh, no, Tom, please. I appreciate that. But once it goes into your hands, you can keep it. I'm all set. I do not want it back. It would look better with shoelaces. Yeah, no shoelaces allowed. Shoelaces are verboten. We'll have to get it. So you would say that life is complicated. I suppose one could say that. Sure. Where does this go? Oh, I see where this goes now. Got it. Goatee, George. So there's a museum that will let us fly an A-10 war. Yes, that's exactly what George said. You will be able to fly an A-10. And if you are able to fly that A-10, let me know. I'm going to be the... yeah, nice. I broke apart. Or maybe it just came out. If you're able to fly that thing, damn. I'm definitely going to be joining you guys. Can't use a gift. Oh, sure you can. I absolutely can. I don't want that thing back. I want that thing out of my life. Found an NRA hat. I can save it for you. Oh, that'd be great. I would love to hear that, Gatling. Better not trick us and bring being an RC1. No, the one at the museum is a real A10. Now, will it go Bert Bert? The answer is no. But there is an A10. And I've seen it with my own eyes. Okay. So, hang the Panzerfaust on here again so it can fall off again. There we go. Melusine is now done. Into the box it goes until one day I figure out what the hell I want to do with it. Can it even fly? I would imagine the answer to that is no. It's probably been completely decommissioned. Like, and maybe Ray can answer, but I would imagine that the engines have been removed. An F-18 Hornet that can fly at the Air Museum. Really? The Hornet can? I didn't realize that. Nice. The Hornet can fly. Huh. All right. We are putting stuff away. Because we have an A10 down here at the museum too. That's cool. But it isn't the one up here. It's a different one, Tom. All right. So with that, let's see what's left. The only thing that's left is putting together the head, the pilot head, and the other Sturmfaust, and that's it. And then painting the piss out of it. I do like the way that looks. That is really, really nice looking. Not gonna lie, it does look really good. It's retired, not airworthy. Could it technically fly? Maybe, but do I want to try? No. Actually, we have two down here. One at the original Republic factory too. Sweet. Museum down there has an A10. I will let Tom answer that question, and then we are going to call it a session. All right, my friends. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Do you have like an old picture of you and something like that? I wonder how you used to. I'll see. Do I have an older picture of myself? Yes. Am I going to share it? No. Sound like a cool person. Not going to lie. I'm a cool person. I like to. You get to be my age, you get a certain level of confidence. I consider myself to be a very cool person. Do my kids think that? Probably not. Painting the piss out of it, and George and his. I know exactly. Guys, stay safe and stay sane. Thanks for being on this morning. I really do appreciate it. Cradle of Aviation and Air Power Museum. But go out there and do good. Brighten the world as much as you possibly can. It is getting crazier, nuttier, insaner, all of that stuff. Let's go out there and do something that make it a little better than it is. All right. I'll be back on again tomorrow morning. All pictures are older versions of ourselves. Exactly. Why do we need the older version of ourselves? This is the version you got. Do good, enjoy, love you all, and I'll catch you on the flip. Sorry, camera movement. Peace.